Do you ever think about the fact that we say good evening, everybody, and the episodes launch at 8 a.m.?
Good evening, everybody. I guess, like, in the UK, but who knows, maybe...
In America, it's like 3 in the morning.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Welcome on board.
We're a red-eye flight. That's what they call them, I think. Like the overnight ones. Red eyes.
That's cool. Oh, it's because they're tired.
Yeah.
That's clever.
Yeah.
We're recording very, very soon since the last episode.
It's been 2 days. Not much has happened in the waste of the world as far as I know. No news.
We've had some fun time.
We've had fun times, but like there's no... Yeah, we went to see Gallifrey Cabaret, which if you're a fan of Doctor Who, is like... was a cabaret show themed around Doctor Who, and this one was a pantomime because it's Christmas.
Yeah, it's an adult pantomime. It was very juvenile and very fun.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah. But so if we're like even lower energy as these goes along, because we're recording another episode tomorrow, because I'm going on holiday next week.
Yeah, so we're recording like back to back to back, because Viv was off with her draw, then came back, and then is fucking off again, but for this time for a fun reason.
For a fun reason, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just recording in advance, because we want everyone to get episodes.
Just remind me to take actual photographs on the plane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Instead of...
Yeah, because,
I'll be sure to keep the stain on.
Yeah. If you look at our TikToks or Instagram reels, you'll notice that we have like the same style, which was like very early on we decided we want to do that, of putting videos in like a plain TV screen. The picture I got is like the only picture I could find online that is like straight on for the screen, and it's a good picture, and I like the stain on the jeans. I think it feels very real. Like it's just a picture some guy took.
Yeah.
Like I can't even credit him because it's just, you know, one of those pictures that got uploaded on the internet somewhere and has just been added to the database of everything.
That's true. And we have used it without their permission a lot.
Yeah. But you know, it'd be great if we had one that we did take, because the screen on that one is a little small.
That's true. I'll try and get a closer one up for you.
Yeah.
I was going to animate it originally, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And we can't afford an animator.
No, that's true.
Maybe we should ask one of Garen's friends. They're like animators.
Yeah, you can pay them an exposure.
No. We probably have less audience than they do.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, with your help, we can afford an animator.
Yeah. Anyway, our Patreon is...
This is our soft launching the Patreon.
Soft launching. We'll have a Patreon eventually.
No.
We've talked about... No, like, I know we probably won't, but, like, it's funny, just, you know, being hypothetical, we did talk about what would we do if we had a Patreon.
Yeah. And
I think it is pretty much decided if it ever came to that, which, like, wouldn't really care if it does or not.
Yeah.
Even if we did, it would probably be like £1 a month. It's just something extra.
Maybe we should just do a free one.
Yeah, true. You can just do free ones, but it's just like we would basically have one for like Podward Out, which is just the name we came up for to link this podcast and All Hail the Kings. They were under the same banner, so like we'd have both podcasts on the same one, and then we said about how for All Hail the King we would do like commentaries.
Yeah,
on
that'd
films.
be fun.
What could we do for this? Last Time Flyers? We watched the last episodes of the shows we talked about.
That could be fun. Middle Time Flyers.
Best Time Flyers, Worst Time Flyers. We watched the best rated and worst rated.
Yeah,
there's lots of options, I guess. Yeah.
We're just limiting ourselves to the first episode.
Yeah.
So, we're batch recording a bunch of cartoon episodes, which I guess in a way is good.
Yeah.
But in a way, I genuinely feel if we ever like redo an episode, I think I'd want to do this, just because researching all of this morning has made me overwhelmed a little bit.
This is definitely the most dense and interesting one, I think.
Yeah.
From the ones we've researched. Like, there's ones that have more history.
Yeah.
But, like, it's quite streamlined.
Yeah, it was like Rugrats. It was, like, kind of... I mean, there's definitely, like, a lot of information out there. But with this one, there's multiple books. There was a documentary which we both got to watch.
Yeah, I did get to watch that.
But there's like a ton of history. There's a ton of video. There's a ton of commentary about it. The influence is quite vast. So
yeah, it is. I was surprised because I've no Ren and Stimpy, but it's the one I never watched. Yeah. So when I started researching... It was
never really a thing over here, was it?
No, I don't remember it ever airing, really. I'm sure it did, but it's probably like very late.
Yeah, considering it's like the most influential, probably, of the three. Not the most successful, but definitely like the most influential.
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that. I think just statistically that makes most sense.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for a time it was the most successful in terms of viewership.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find like any information on A dates in the UK, so
no.
Do you find any?
I didn't find any.
Maybe it's like a more strict censorship thing over here, but
saying that, I watched the first episode on Paramount Plus, thanks to Garen, because I'm using his account. That and it's rated 12 plus on Paramount Plus.
I guess so, but it's always in like implication.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that, like you said, it's like probably age ratings and like air times and how the old shows. Like I say old, but like, you know, in retrospect they were like the generation before us, whereas we grew up on the later Nick cartoons mostly. Or like the ones that were still ongoing.
I mean, it was like 91, so it's coming up to its 35th anniversary.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, those were mostly airing in the night time for us, so you'd have to like stay up late to watch those reruns anyway.
Like the Rugrats or the Scary Monsters ones, or
exactly,
or any of like the early 90s Nick cartoons.
Yeah, but for like even then, if you go on like I should have checked this actually, seeing as they are on Paramount Plus. If you go on a lot of the other cartoons, like obviously a lot of them are still rated like 0+ or at most 6+.
Yeah.
I think for a Nickelodeon cartoon to be rated 12+ on a streaming site is kind of wild.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. And most of it is like up on the first season, like first season about half of the second season.
When you consider that how it works with streaming, because like I had to learn this because the rules in schools are, unless you get signed permission from all parents, no matter the age of the kids, you can't show them PGs.
Yeah.
So I had to learn like, right, okay, 0+ is universal, 6+ is PG, so 12+ is a 12. Yeah, according like if you convert them.
Okay.
Like that's the equivalent. That's what schools advise is, you know, you don't watch a 6+ film in school because it's technically a PG.
Oh, okay.
Even if it's not a PG, like it has a BBFC rating.
Yeah.
It's still advised not to watch something if it's 6+.
Yeah.
So if you go by that logic, this would be a 12A.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
So what you're saying, like compared to like Rugrats, where you're just like, oh, I'd show them and see how they'd react. How do you think they'd react to this?
I can see why this was so popular. Because I think kids yearn for like crack shit stuff.
Yeah. This is like, honestly, going back to Rugrats and seeing like how quite...
Yeah.
Because like, what was the order? Doug,
Rugrats, Ren and Stimpy.
Imagine watching Rugrats and then seeing this and being like, holy fucking shit.
I don't think I would have liked this as a kid, even if it did air over here.
It is a vile show.
I was quite a timid child. I'm still quite like a relatively timid adult.
Yeah.
Like I have to be really in the right mood for like intense stuff. Which is funny because I'm a fan of horror, but that's different.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a cartoon though.
Yeah.
Like I never really
Did you not really like say like Looney Tunes or stuff like that?
I watched it sometimes, but it wasn't like my go-to.
Oh really?
Yeah. You know, my go-to sort of like more,
were you into like quite classic cartoons?
Scooby-Doo was my main.
So like the
Hanna-Barbera era.
Interesting.
Yeah, we watched a lot of them in Spain when they had like only limited channels.
You didn't like the really violent cartoons?
No, they weren't really my thing. I can't even remember if this was a parental thing, you know. I can't remember my parents ever being like, oh, you can't watch this, you can't watch that.
Yeah.
I think it's just more what I was gravitated towards.
Like even when like, say, because we grew up on that age of having like more internet access as it was becoming more streamlined, basically.
Yeah.
So like coming across these things that say would be more restricted on like television, we could just like find like all of it. Because like honestly, the thing that I find this connects most to that I've consumed a lot of is, which is funny because we were talking about this yesterday, it's like all the Newgrounds like animation, like YouTube animation, any sort of alternative basically animation that I find like a ton of the influences pull from this, like a lot of the expressions.
It does kind of give like YouTube poop, like that style video.
A very classy YouTube poop. It's like just the general sense of humor, but like a ton of the YouTube animators that I really liked have like claimed this as like a really big inspiration. Yeah,
you could see that. And you know, it's like like I said, I was saying, even though I don't think I would have liked it as a child, I think a lot of kids would like this now because it is so out there.
Yeah.
I mean, think of like Tom and Jerry, for example.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, it's interesting because last week we talked about shows like how Rugrats compares to like Cocomelon with like the muted colors, the slower pacing.
Yeah.
Whereas this I think this is kind of like a skibbity toilet of its era, where like a parent could watch this and be like, "What the fuck is my child watching?"
Yeah,
and I could see. I know there was parental complaints.
Do you
about
understand
this.
the parental complaints of it all?
Yeah,
it is
do,
quite shocking
also,
that a lot of it got through.
It is, and there was a lot of censorship and things were cut out on it, re-airings. I'm sure we'll talk about that when we get to like the pilot episode itself. But I think a lot of kids, because they mirror what they see, want to feel more grown up.
Yeah.
No matter the age, a 4-year-old wants to feel like their 6-year-old sibling. A 6-year-old wants to be like their 13-year-old sibling.
Yeah.
So they're always like seeking out things that they feel like they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like that's why I think FNAF is so big with kids.
Yeah. We were talking about this a while ago. We were saying like there's like a certain draw to horror to children.
Yeah.
Just because it's like you're able to consume this in the safe environment. This is different, but like it is similar.
It's not scary, but it's more like you feel like, or maybe like my mum and dad wouldn't like this. Like it's weird, and you could definitely see the fact that parents complained about it. Yeah, there were definitely parents who were like, "This should not be."
Yeah, this entire like cartoon was like kind of a it was more of a backlash, basically. Like, it was created as, like, a backlash to sort of, like, the Reagan-era cartoons. Of, like, the G.I. Joes, and, like, My Little Pony. Like, the very, like, constructed from the ground up to make, to sell merchandise. Yeah. Which is quite ironic because, like, it made a fuckload of money with merchandise. Yeah. But it was more like the execution. Like, the goal of the show was to make a animated show with animators in charge. Yeah. Like, in charge.
Yeah, whereas like when you think of like Transformers, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, the shows were made after the fact of the toys.
Yeah.
You can like those shows, but it is just a fact that those shows were like advertisements essentially. Yeah. And that's why they were like quite cheap looking, not really that much.
And they had to have like a moral message at the show, which was like this is like the antithesis of. I wouldn't say this is devoid of any I don't think it's like completely cynical, even if like the emotional beats they go in are still funny to me. I still think there is like a genuine like some heart in it.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But listen, did you actually like enjoy these episodes? I'm curious with your opinion.
I did. I really liked the pilot.
Yeah? Which one? So Big House Blues?
Big House Blues.
Okay, so we just should clarify. We're covering the original pilot and the first two shorts, which count as like one episode.
Yeah, so
we're covering
Big House Blues and then Stimpy's Big Day.
Yeah, so we're covering like 3 different stories.
Yeah. So we'll be pretty smooth throughout once we get to them actually and talk about them in order. I'm going to try to be more structured this one. But yeah, I really like Big House Blues. Big House Blues got a belly laugh out of me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They all, like, at least, like, each one got, like, a really big laugh out of me.
And, like, that's pretty amazing, because, like, when I'm by myself, I essentially never laugh. Yeah. Like, I'm one of those people, maybe I'll nose exhale. I'll enjoy things, but I won't laugh. Yeah. It's like, I gotta be quiet. Can't be making noise. Yeah. But no, this one, it came out of nowhere as well. I won't say what the moment is yet.
We'll get to it in a second.
But it was one of those things where I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is so stylized. This is so interesting. I can see why people like this. Yeah. And then, like, it just came out of nowhere and it really got me.
Yeah. No, those will be fun. But, it was like, I think I've seen like one episode or something, and I was aware of the legacy. And did you know about the fact that it got like rebooted by John? I'll always forget his name incorrect.
Chris Falusi.
Chris Falusi.
Yeah, he goes by John K.
Okay, let's just call him John K.
Yeah.
Okay, John K. But he did like the adult reboot. Did you hear about that?
That's the Spike TV one.
That's the Spike TV
Yeah.
one. Did you know about that prior, or was this only
I didn't know about that prior. I only knew of the original show, and I'd seen like the designs like a bunch throughout the years.
Yeah, because like the show's like famous for its like really gross close-up, beautifully painted. Yeah.
Stylized shots and
which is a very clear lineage to SpongeBob, and like people from SpongeBob did work on this, so it's just like a couple of like really big titans worked on this thing, so it'll be interesting to go into the production. Yeah. But going into this episode, going into these, I was just like, oh, I wonder what it'd be like going from the beginning, and no, it was a good time. I'm really excited to talk about these, but also with a heavy heart to talk about all the behind the scenes stuff as well. So
That's funny because as we will talk about it, but just to give you background, I started researching earlier than you. I think on Tuesday, I went to Costa after work.
Yeah, I watched the episode, like the first pilot, before I started doing research.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, might as well just like get a head start. And
That's
then I
fair.
rewatched it later on, but I didn't start doing research till I finished that out.
That's fair. I usually do my research before I watch the episodes.
Do you think that colors it in a certain way?
I honestly don't know. I think in most cases it gives me an appreciation for it.
Yeah.
But maybe someday I'll try and do the opposite. I think it's because like I'd usually do that because a lot of these shows I've watched anyway.
Yeah.
Whereas like maybe for these ones I should watch them blind, but I don't know. But yeah, so I was
maybe you
doing
should do it. Watch them first, then do research, then rewatch them.
That's a good idea. Yeah, so I was doing my research earlier this week. I didn't watch the episodes until yesterday. But I was researching John Kay because I was like, oh, he's done loads of things. So his like background's really extensive. And I think I posted something. Oh, I posted the controversy section, just the word controversy from the Wikipedia. Because when I was researching Rugrats last episode, there was a controversy section.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a controversy.
There's one for Fairly Odd Parents.
There's one for literally every single one.
Yeah,
was there one for Last Airbender?
I don't think there was one for Last Airbender.
Okay, so
I don't know if there will be one for SpongeBob.
There will be.
There will be. Ooh. So like I was like, oh, if I had a pound for every time a Nickelodeon cartoon had a controversy section on the Wikipedia.
Well, the thing, like any sort of like programming that's like aimed for children, is gonna have some form of backlash.
Even if it's just as simple as parent complaints.
Yeah.
But so I sent that. I hadn't yet read the controversy, and Garen then responded by sending a YouTube video about John Kay.
Yeah.
And that was when I learned everything about him, because by that point I was like, this guy's really interesting. Like, he's got a really interesting background in this, and like you could tell he cares a lot. I was kind of admiring him.
And then like came crashing down. Yeah. I knew there was like some form of controversy around the creator, but I didn't know exactly what it was. Yeah. And it's always devastating to hear because genuinely I'm quite interested in carrying on watching this, but it's going to be quite difficult because there's
to separate it.
I like with any other project, we'll go into in more detail, in tragic more detail. Yeah. But yeah, with like any sort of thing, there's like always like a ton of different people working on it, and
you can't, as much as it is tied to one person, you also can't take away all the hard work of everyone else just because
but it's like so interesting because they basically cut him out when they did Game Studio, which was like the one they did the because John Kay worked on the first season and a half, and then he got slated by Nick, and they started like a new studio without him, and there was like complaints that the quality of the show declined, and it does kind of suck because it kind of thinks like, oh, maybe it was kind of a key element.
It's hard to say. Should we go into the production of it all?
Let's
and then
just
talk about the controversy later.
Okay. Do you want to start off? You've got it like written down, so
I've got my notebook. So my notes start with the creation of Ren and Stimpy as characters.
Yeah, that's what I got as well.
Oh, great. So he created Ren and Stimpy in 1978 for his own personal amusement while he's in college. And I feel like, can you relate to that as an artist? Do you like where you just kind of draw shit for your own enjoyment?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But in the DVD bonus thing I sent her this morning, it said, oh god, you're gonna have fun censoring this episode.
I will be censoring words in this episode.
But the way he described it was like, oh, when I was designing Ren and Stimpy, I drew this cat. And it's just like the documentary sweep sound effect is just like, I was drawing this cat. When you sent it earlier, it's really funny. Especially because I was already thinking in my head, oh damn, I'm gonna have to say the arsler of this episode, and then it's like, you sent that, and I was like, oh no, there's another case now, because the thing I read was different from really?
the thing you read. Yeah.
What did you read?
Mine's a bit later.
Okay.
So I'll just leave the build up. Yeah, so Ren was inspired by a sweated chihuahua.
Yeah, from
in an Elliot Erwitt photo.
Yeah, you've seen the photo.
Yeah, I googled it.
Did you see it prior?
I googled it and I recognized it.
I've never seen that photograph before, so it's quite interesting. I like seeing like designs based off like famous
Yeah.
photographs or even paintings or something. I think it's always interesting.
What I found was interesting is I think the Chihuahua looks really happy in that photo.
Do you think so?
And then
It's a
John,
it's a
yeah.
Rorschach test.
Yeah, and then John Kay in that documentary was like, he clearly hates it. So I think he looks happy.
Sure.
I hope he is.
But then Stimpy was based on two cats from a Tweety Bird cartoon called Gruesome Twosome.
Yeah, with their big noses.
Yeah. Did you see anything from that cartoon? They showed it in the documentary.
Yeah,
didn't
I
they?
only saw the clips from the documentary.
Yeah, it's quite different, but you can see like the lineage, and I think that cartoon was a Hold on, I got the specific animator. Bob Clampett one. It might have been. He mentions this as like being a very big influence on him. He's one of the Looney Tunes animators
cool.
that isn't Chuck Jones. That is like quite revered. I actually I watched a couple because I just wanted to, because they're quite short. They're like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I watched one that I genuinely felt too stupid to understand, and I watched one where it's quite famous because like they pull it from the memes. Hold on, I'll pull them up now. Because it's like it's very small. It's beautifully animated.
When you say you watched one, do you mean you watched the Tweety Bird cartoon?
No.
Oh, Ren and
I didn't watch
Stimpy.
that one. I just wanted to watch some of the directors like films. Book review, but it's spelled different. It's spelled like this. Review.
Oh, book review.
Okay, and it's just pulling from like a bunch of different novel influences, but I didn't recognize 90% of the books. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Maybe
And the
I
other
should
one,
look at it.
and the other, yeah, no, it's great. It's really, really good. And the other is a great piggy bank robbery. There's a couple like famous memes from Pulver.
Oh,
So
interesting.
where Daffy's like, "Snake guys," and he's got Dex
Yeah.
fries. It's really cool.
That's cool.
But you can see the lineage. It's like it's less frantic as John Kay's like style, but you can see a lineage between it. So
Yeah.
it's quite interesting.
That's interesting. I mean, I thought when watching that Gruesome Twosome bit from the documentary, the red cat in that looked like a pre-version of Stimpy.
Yeah.
A more cat-like version. Because that's one thing I will say. I think Ren looks like a dog. I don't think Stimpy looks like a cat.
Yeah.
That's not a criticism.
No.
It's just if they didn't tell me he was a cat, I wouldn't have guessed he was a cat.
Yeah.
When was Spumco formed?
Spumco was, yeah, it was a because it was just John Kay and his girlfriend, wife at the time.
Yeah, Naylor, Lynn Naylor, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was like quite pivotal in the show as well to give it a like it was just like he slowly accumulated animators around him because like they were genuinely impressed with his work.
Yeah.
To the point where they just I guess they just formed the studio in Los Angeles. From what I could tell, it started in I guess it would have had to have been 1989 since that's when they made Big House Blues. I think that's the first thing they produced.
Yeah, I was just curious because I know my next note says about how Nick approached John Kay for a show.
Yeah. So to me, like, because it was just them at the time. It was like a very small thing.
Yeah.
But it slowly accumulated over time, and there was like a bunch of like well accomplished animators like getting together. From the documentary, and when we say the documentary, it's what's it? Happy Joy Joy.
Yeah.
They definitely like framed it as like they're like all these animators were like kind of outsiders, but they were like working in the system. It was like quite interesting.
Yeah, they all seem to have fond memories of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think of the documentary?
Being honest, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Being honest, it kind of caught me at a bad time. It set itself off on the wrong foot, or I don't know. I'm picky with documentaries. I think you know this. That we went to school together. We did media studies together, and one of the first days we did media studies, our media studies teacher, who was incredible, she also taught us for literacy. Genuinely, probably the best teacher I've ever had.
Yeah.
She told us that doing media studies would make us hate media.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I've dodged that for most things. It doesn't really bother me with movies. I hate adverts just on a whole anyway.
Yeah.
But it really affected me with documentaries.
Yeah.
And if a documentary doesn't immediately get me like on its side, it can really grate me. And the opening of the documentary with like the swelling music and the whole like it's just the whole thing, and for me where it's like grandifying everything.
Yeah, it's not the most originally produced one. It has it's mostly just talking heads and reminiscing.
Yeah, and that's my personal preference.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting, but like at the start when like the royalty-free orchestra music is playing over it.
Do you know like the Jack Black cameo?
When was the Jack Black cameo?
He was in it for like 5 minutes.
Was he?
Yeah.
I was watching. When did you watch it?
Tubi.
Oh, I watched it on YouTube, but it was like split into multiple parts.
Oh, okay.
But like some of the parts were like 3 minutes long. So maybe in the playlist, maybe the Jack Black cameo wasn't in it.
Okay.
It's really funny. Enough. What did Jack Black talk about?
He said he liked it.
Fair. Was he in any of it?
No.
Okay, he just liked it. Fair enough. So yeah, it was very interesting. I'm glad I watched it. Shame. I wonder how long was it?
Hour 40. Did you miss like half the documentary?
No, it was in like there was like four or five 15-minute parts, and then like about like 10 3-minute parts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I must have just skimmed over. I did watch it in bits, I will say.
Have a look at what people say on Letterboxd. A lot of people are quite pissed with this just because of like the ending feels quite stapled on. In that they were, I wouldn't say it paints John Kay in a flattering picture. There's like definitely like a ton of like criticism saying he was like he was a dick on set and like really pushing people all the time. However, it does like. It does say exclaim that he is quite talented, which I agree. He's a very talented animator. But then, like right at the end, it talks about the sexual assault and not the sexual assault, the pedophilia.
Yeah, I'm mixed. I don't necessarily think
also
it paints
that
him
he
in a
is
great
like
light.
Also the fact that he's like interviewed in it quite a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
Yeah, because he wasn't in like the first 10 minutes, and then I was like, oh shit, there he is.
I was like, I haven't looked at the I did log it on Letterboxd only because I saw that you had logged it. So I was like, I might as well. Because I never know like what to log other than movies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I could log my shits if I could.
You would shit wrapped. But I did look at the comments on YouTube for each part I was on.
Yeah.
And I did see this really interesting. It's quite a long one comment about John Kay, where this person, fair enough, they've got their opinion.
Yeah.
But it's like I'll just read the first bit.
Okay.
Where it's like, I'll paraphrase it. John Kay is human. Humans make mistakes. It's not an excuse, but if John Kay was any less of him, we wouldn't have what we have now, which I do agree with. It's like, he's very influential on it. This is the bit that did get me, though. Extremely creative people and artists have a long history of being lonely, a bit crazy, and emotionally unstable. Okay. I'm holding up my finger because Viv thinks I've got to the bit that's annoying.
Oh, really?
I know.
Oh, do you?
You can trace this back to Michelangelo, Vincent van Gogh, and almost any recent creatives in the past 100 years.
Listen, man, if you need to touch kids if you want to be good at anything.
Vincent van Gogh, the famous painter who has suffered with mental health and died tragically by suicide at a young age.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same thing as being a nonce.
Yeah, totally.
This person has their opinions. I don't agree with them, but that bit really pissed me off.
Yeah, that's really annoying. So yeah, that was like kind of stapled on at the end of the documentary.
I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on the documentary as a whole. I thought it was very interesting. I think that there should be this sort of a documentary talking about this.
Yeah.
But I think it is hard to find that balance.
I do like that they brought back all the other different creatives though.
Yeah, I liked seeing like Bob Camp and stuff. Yeah,
because he was like very important with the show as well.
Especially having done the research and then watching the documentary last, where I'm like, oh, I know that name. I've read that. I've read this guy.
Obviously, and having all like the archival like photographs and stuff is great.
Yes, I did love seeing like early designs and like the production stills and things like that.
Yeah. Just seeing like this kind of animation being drawn like on like actual papers is always a luxury that I think is like it deserves to be archived.
Yeah, even seeing John Kay like draw the characters.
Yeah, no, like watching him draw is genuinely
the
like
strokes are so smooth.
Beautiful.
And, like
no, he's like genuinely like a very good artist.
Yeah, but did you like the documentary like on the whole?
Yeah, I found it engaging enough. But I can completely understand being annoyed at the ending.
Yeah,
and just like the whole. Because like what I saw a lot of people say is that whilst this documentary was being made, the person who comes out, the person who like John K dated when she was a minor came
Yeah.
forward, and there was like an article that was released. So what they theorized is that the ending was just like sort of stapled on, just
I
so
can
they're
see
not,
that.
so it isn't a a John K glazing sesh.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I mean, when are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about it now, or
We're still just like talking about the general construction of like
yeah?
Spumco and stuff, but it's like genuinely like really hard to separate.
Should we just talk about it now then? Because I want to.
Well, I want to talk about the general like I don't know.
Or should we just get past it?
Yeah, okay, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the main thing that got me is, and I want to shout out the YouTube video that Garen sent, because it was borderline comedic how I went from being like, this guy is really talented, to watching a video where it's like, part 1.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's a video by Blame It On George, called John Christopher Lucy, An Open Secret. And, you know, take it all with a grain of salt. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if his information is 100% accurate. But it sounds like a lot of people knew how much of a pest this guy was.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting it on like everyone else. His crimes are his own actions.
Yeah.
But if like thinking from the documentary point now, where like it came out and they stapled it on at the end, like, which I think is probably true, even if you don't want to look at it through a cynical light of, to be cynical, a lot of these people involved probably knew about his going
I
on.
saw some justification within it, just being like, oh, we thought it was like locker room talk, and then it's just like, because wasn't like he bringing his girlfriends, the minors, to the studio as well? Wasn't he flirting with like underage interns and shit?
Yeah, apparently so, and even things like showing like sexual photos of like of sexual acts that he himself are involved with and other people to like co-workers, which in itself, even without the minor stuff, showing people of sexual photos unsolicited, and not just like, here's a dick pic, like actual in like pictures of sexual activity.
That's sexual assault.
That is sexual assault in itself.
Yeah.
Without the underageness of it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I can not in any way justify it. I think it's inexcusable. But from the point of view of everyone else now, I can kind of see it where, like, you know, this guy is great creative. He shows you a picture and you're just like, yeah, that was fucking weird. He shouldn't have shown me that. But, like, I'm not going to press on it.
Yeah.
And then maybe you don't realize that he's doing that with everyone.
Yeah.
I can give that, like, a bit of grace. But I don't know. I don't know how you can continue to work with someone knowing that they're, frankly...
Yeah.
Like... I don't know, and the whole locker room talk thing. If it was like I've always disagreed with that anyway. I think a lot of the ways that guys talk about girls is even now, like the stuff that Trump says is locker room talk and shit like that.
Well, especially like this being in the late 80s, early 90s.
It's like
where this is like even more normalized.
Exactly. You can maybe give it the teeniest, tiniest bit of grace.
Yeah.
But not about minors.
No.
Like, if I was in the fucking... I know it's not literally a locker room, but, like, if I was just out of a bar with some, like, a co-worker, and he started talking about a 14-year-old he was seeing, I wouldn't be like, oh, yeah, it's just locker room talk. I'd be like, I fucking HR. This guy's comfortable talking to me about these activities. It's just... yeah. So, it's just... I'm not blaming anyone other than himself, because he's the perpetrator.
Yeah, but like a little bit has got to kind of be blamed.
Yeah, you've got to wonder, like, with the documentary, for example, you got to wonder would they have not mentioned it if that article hadn't come out? Maybe not, even though they knew anyway.
Yeah,
it was like the kind of thing of like, if I can't remember the saying, but it's like something along the lines of, you know, if there's no accuser, there's no crime.
Yeah,
like, even though you know it's happened, if someone's not actively trying to press charges, it might as well have not happened.
How the fuck are we going to rebound to the actual, like, okay, so John K, he began his... I
want to talk about some of the other stuff John K did.
You want to get it all out there? Okay.
Not all of it.
Man,
no, this
is a bit heavy.
This bit's relevant. This bit is very short. It's one sentence.
Okay.
And it's just relevant to, like, his view on animation. Tell you what, it's more his view on modern animation. So let's talk about that later.
All right.
Unless you like, it's one line.
Yeah.
Okay. Mainly because I thought it was funny.
Okay, go on.
He called on modern animation, American animation specifically, including Avatar, which we've already talked about,
Yeah.
and Ben 10, one of my favorite cartoons that we'll probably do when we do cartoons, Cartoon Network shows. He called it gay. There we go.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, I just saw that.
Got a point.
I saw another thing. Wasn't that in the documentary? Maybe that was in another video where he like called something gay, or I think. Or was that? Oh no, I'm getting mixed up now. Did he call something or something like that?
Possibly. He called the staff all the time.
Yeah, maybe. So Nick Nickelodeon. So yeah, the characters as Nickelodeon
We're gonna have
approached
to
John
put
Kay.
the biggest asterisk.
Actually, yeah. We'll probably start with a content warning.
Great.
I should just put a content warning in this episode.
Fantastic.
So Nick approached John Kay for a show, and he was like, "We want to work with you."
Yeah.
He suggested 3, 2, and then the third one was what became Ren and Stimpy, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
A variety show called Your Gang or Our Gang, where it was kids, like real children, as the hosts, and they would present cartoon segments.
Okay.
Which I thought was interesting. Especially because next week when we talk about Fairly Odd Parents,
was it a similar
it's
thing?
a similar thing with Oh Yeah Cartoons, which is where Fairly Odd Parents started, which was
really?
a cartoon short things. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think these were kind of in at the moment at that time, these like variety shows. It's not a cartoon, but I think the Amanda Show was like that, where it was like
the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah,
show
Tracy
was like
Ullman show.
No, that was like kind of big in the 90s, I suppose.
So they suggested that, which is where Ren and Stimpy came from, because Ren and Stimpy were the animated pets of the presenters.
Yeah, Vanessa Coffey.
Yeah.
Like the Nickelodeon's VP. She was like very pivotal in getting this made.
She was. We didn't mention her last week in the Rugrats episode because she was obviously involved in the production of that as well.
Was she?
Yeah, because she was the VP of and in charge of the animation section.
Oh, okay.
So the other show though. So Vanessa Kofi didn't like either of these shows, but liked Ren and Stimpy, so that's what I want to make. But I do want to acknowledge the other show, Jimmy's Clubhouse, starring Jimmy the Boy.
Wow.
Later renamed as Idiot Boy.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine if that got greenlit? We'd be talking about
the classic Jimmy the Boy. Oh, you're going to be censoring so much in this fucking episode.
Yeah.
Don't you just love 90s edge?
Don't you just love the 90s?
Yeah.
Things are too woke nowadays. At least it makes it easier to edit.
Yeah. But yeah, Vanessa Coffey, she was because like Ren and Stimpy wasn't a show until she was like pivotal in getting it developed into an actual like show, like a narrative.
Like, she like kind of fought for it in a way.
Yeah. She was like the one that was always backing up whenever like the Nickelodeon was pushing back against it.
Yeah, because a lot of people at Nickelodeon thought this was way too much of a risk.
And in a way they were correct, but I admire her strength for like sticking up for something like this.
I do, especially because I can see why they would have thought it was a risk at the time, especially because they had not launched Nicktoons at this point. So one of their 3 launching points was going to be this.
I can kind of understand it though. If you really wanted to differentiate yourself, having something like, I would say the safest is either Rugrats or Doug. Probably Doug. Doug is like nothing. Yeah. And Rugrats is like, it's quite weird, but it's still like, it's cute. And then this is just like, you're kind of covering like such a large like amount of the audience. So I think she was kind of cooking, honestly.
I completely agree. I think that it really sets itself apart.
Yeah. From them, definitely.
Yeah. So they ordered a series. Well, they ordered a pilot first. So the production of the pilot began summer 1989, and it was later screened at film festivals, and it was quite well received at those film festivals, despite Nick being quite hesitant.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. And then the show was announced to be one of the original Nick cartoons or Nicktoons. On the Reddit post that we shared, because I mentioned last week about how I'm now posting on the Reddit ahead of time to like engage with people. Someone in the Reddit comments actually went to one of those original screenings.
That's crazy.
Of Big House Blues. Yeah, when it was shown in cinemas.
Do you know where it premiered?
I don't actually. I think it was
I
like
did see that it was like a theater thing, so I assume it's like one of those animation festivals. Because
yeah, that's what they said
Yeah.
in the Reddit comments that it was Animation Festival. Yeah, Rare Hero is the Reddit user. I actually saw Big House Blues at the cinema. Parents took me to an animation shorts festival in Chicago. They saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And this was the original pilot because they said this is about a year before Ren and Stimpy premiered on Nick, and they were really excited when they then announced Ren and Stimpy to be part of Nicktoons. But they specifically remember the kissing scene being missing when they re-aired it.
Yeah. I got a whole section on when we talk.
When we talk about the edits and stuff. But yeah. So what's your next notes? 'Cause mine goes into like the animation style.
Mine is more about John Kay's like general influences. So I guess they're kind of like bridging that.
Yeah.
It's just like his general his general background was like working for like Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah.
And what was it? Filmation, the stuff. He worked with Ralph Bakshi as well, which is funny since we were talking about him in the Regrets episode, since Peter Chung worked with him as well. So he seemed to like a lot of people from there.
Yeah, a lot of connections. I mean,
but he did not like any of that. He fucking hated the animation work he did on those companies.
Really?
Maybe not with Ralph Bakshi, but definitely for like Hanna-Barbera. He said it was the worst cartoons ever made. So
really? Wow,
yeah,
I didn't see
he really
that.
hated that. So I can kind of see that, especially like if you see the Hanna-Barbera style and like it's quite different.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the methods they used were a lot of very similar to a lot of Golden Age cartoons in terms of like storyboarding and things like that.
Yeah, they were like a storyboard based. There's like, what I can tell is there's like no script, or if there's, because like the storyboard is the script.
Yeah.
The show itself relies on the gags, which was like quite similar to like the old like Looney Tunes like sort of method of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said before, like his main influence was like Bob Clampett. And his favorite animator was Rob Scribner.
Rob Scribner, I don't know that name.
I assume he worked on Looney Tunes as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like Texas, just like the classic ones. Like the 50 short as opposed to like the ones in like the 60s. Where like the animators had like a lot of creative control. I'm sure they were like still quite strict. They were working under a studio system at the time, but they still had like a lot of artistic integrity, and I guess then they wanted to like capture that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He was also influenced by like a lot of like classic Hollywood, which you can see, especially in the first episode, not the pilot, with Kirk Douglas just shows up.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
I was when that happens, I was thinking like that's clearly someone.
No, he said in the documentary that like because like in those old Hollywood style films, they often overacted, and they're really good for like basing expressions on.
Yeah, I remember them talking about how a lot of the expressions came from those men and how they sort of portray their emotions building up and bubbling.
Yeah. But yeah, he loves like The Night of the Hunter and The Maltese Falcon, like those old classic like noir based films. Maybe not Night of the Hunter, that's like kind of different, but Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, well, that's where his voice kind of was inspired by for Ren.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Was Peter Law from The Maltese Falcon.
Yeah. Have you ever seen?
I haven't.
Peter Law has been like referenced in so many kids' cartoons.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
Yeah,
so...
he's in he's in The Maltese Falcon. You haven't seen M? Do you know M?
No.
It's a silent German film. It's like really, really influential. He's in Casablanca as well.
No, is he?
A little bit.
I know,
like not much. But if you saw him, he's like very famous looking. Like, cause like, but they're always like quite mean depictions of him because he looks quite strange. But he has this very distinct like Hungarian accent.
That's interesting.
So you can definitely like hear the influence of it. It's like obviously exaggerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought you were going to carry on.
No, I'm done.
You ended the sentence as if there were going to be more.
No, I didn't.
You didn't raise your inflection to indicate punctuation.
Okay.
Well, now it just sounds like a question. So John Kay originally voiced Ren. He was no, that's the other way around. Sorry, yeah. So he originally voiced Ren. but it was meant to be Billy West who voices Stimpy as both of them.
Yeah.
But
then he got replaced by him when he got axed.
Yeah. So John Kay was like, I'm going to be Ren.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's the one who made the decision, but like it was decided John Kay would be Ren, Billy West would be Stimpy, and then when John Kay gets axed later,
then he takes over.
Billy West,
not Billy Kay.
Billy Kay, does become both of them.
Yeah. Billy West, if you do not know, is Fry from Futurama.
Is he?
Yeah.
I knew the name.
No, he's like a very famous. If Al was here, she would like list off every single role.
I'm sure he's in loads of things.
But Billy West based Ren's voice on.
You mean do you mean Stimpy's voice? Or?
Stimpy's, yeah. Based Stimpy's voice on Larry Fine from the Three Stooges.
Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Because like everyone else apparently did a, in quotes, a voice.
Well, he is a cat, to be fair.
But there's like a very specific inflection that people often give when they're doing this, and he didn't want that for this character. Instead, he wanted like he wanted something different. Yeah. So when Billy West was like trying this like impression of like the Three Stooges, and he liked that sort of contrast because he doesn't sound like a traditional like don't care. He said he sounded like an old Jewish guy.
Yeah, and it makes sense that Nickelodeon would kind of like want to put Billy West in this because at this point he was already Doug as well.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think he was already Doug.
Mm.
My next segment is controversy, which, to be fair, we have pretty much covered, other than, well, we talked about the censorship. I feel like we could talk about that more in detail when we actually talk about the episodes
about
themselves.
Big House Blue?
Yeah, about Big House Blues. There was more general censorship throughout the show.
Yeah.
You know, just throughout, like, a lot of religious references were removed, political stuff, violence. And what I find kind of interesting, alcohol and tobacco being shown. I find that mainly interesting because, honestly, I watched a lot of... well, not a lot of anime growing up, just a couple of animes, like Digimon especially, on YouTube. And one thing I know especially about Digimon is that it did have like references to alcohol and characters like smoking and things.
Did it?
That would get censored.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I was going to say, because like 4Kids are like notorious for like censoring.
So it is kind of funny to hear like a Western animation studio try and get that stuff passed.
Yeah.
Because... like, at least the other stuff is like, oh, it's animated in Japan. It's not designed for rules over here.
Yeah.
So Nick and Chris John Flusy. John Chris Flusy. Would fall out.
Yeah.
Do you know why they fell out? Is there like...
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I got really mixed up on this.
It's... He was kind of a dictator in during the process of creating it, in that he wanted like complete control a lot of the time. And the result of that is that they would often miss deadlines to actually turn over, because often they would basically finish the episode, and he would take the episode and basically redo a bunch of it because they weren't up to his standards, more or less.
Okay.
So, and that is just like, in the end, it did produce like some of the best episodes. However, he kept doing it, so they were just like, we're not doing this anymore. So they just basically severed ties with him.
That's fair. Because I saw it was like to do with creative differences, which is just, that could be anything.
Yeah.
So
that's basically what they say. They say when they just want to cut ties with this person.
Yeah.
So basically, everyone apart from John was started a whole new studio, basically called Game Studio, which is like basically the remaining 4.5 seasons of Ren and Stimpy, which is like still like quite successful. I know it's not hated or anything, but like a lot of people considered like the first season and a half like the golden era, more or less.
Yeah, because they could tell from like the style changes and stuff.
Yeah.
It was interesting because like I said earlier, with all the other shit going on, it's interesting to like find out. When I found out that they had cut ties, I was like, oh, is it to do with this or to do with this?
Nah.
I was like, no, it's none of those.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It's just creative differences.
Yeah.
I know that he would at one point he would only talk to Nick executives through his lawyers.
Okay, should we talk about Big House Blues then?
Yes. So, Big House Blues was directed by John Kay. The story by John Kay, Bob Camp, Jim Smith, and Lynn Naylor, who were all they're all credited as the creators of Ren and Stimpy in the sense of like they formed Spunko with John.
Yeah.
Before we go on, I just want to mention so on Wikipedia it listed John Kay and Bob Camp as the showrunners, just those two. I also wanted to shout out though that the theme, which we don't hear in this episode, I think we hear it in the credits, is composed and performed by John Kay, Chris Riccardi, Jim Smith, and Scott Hamill. Yeah, under the band name Die Screaming Lederhosen.
Okay, that's
I just want to mention that.
But yeah, it also features David Feiss in as some of the scenes, who went on to do Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel. So
yeah. So it was half drawn by Spunko in LA. The other half was at Carbuncle Cartoons in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper to pay animators in the Canadian dollar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so...
I mean, that's basically the same reason they send it overboard to get animated in Korea.
Yeah, that's just pretty standard. So production of the production for Big House Blues was pretty much for the entire first half of 1990 and cost $80 million. Holy fuck! $80,000. 80,000.
But this is 80 Canadian million dollars, so it's like 20
quid.
Yeah.
80,000 USD.
Damn. Yes, for this whole thing? That's incredible.
I know. The episode would be later re-released on Nickelodeon, but it was heavily censored by Nick. Yeah. So just they removed like the general like cruelty, like shots of violence, but the main thing they removed was the scene where they kiss, and then he washes his mouth out with the toilet water.
Yeah.
Which is funny that they removed that, because I know that like the kiss is relevant, so you can't really cut out one without the other. I was
thinking then.
But in Rugrats, in that pilot, Spike drinks out of the toilet.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the difference?
Ren is anthropomorphized.
Yeah, Spike is just a dog. That's true.
Oh, I was thinking though, because I saw that there was an edited version and an unedited version, and my genuine thought of like what they would cut first was the mention of the big sleep.
Yeah.
So I completely forgot about the kiss, so I didn't think that they would edit that out. So when I was like skipping through like the edited version, I was just like, wait, what did they edit out? And I had to look up what they cut out.
Yeah. It's quite funny, really, that it is just like they didn't want them to seem gay, which is funny because, like, other than the actual voices, there's kind of nothing to indicate the genders of these characters at this point.
Yeah, I know, it's like kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show that Nick thought the show was just too risky in general. That they were like, we can't make him
gay as well.
We can't make him gay. We've already got SpongeBob. He's going to be gay one day.
Yeah.
But saying about the big sleep.
Yeah.
That was the bit that got me.
Which part?
The later bit, like the build-up was funny, but the later bit where it's like, how do we wake him up? And I can't remember what Stimpy says, but it goes from like relatively quiet to just Red being like, "He's dead!
He's dead!" No, I do gotta hand this to John Kay for this voice performance. It is very funny.
It is very funny. It's just the volume of it.
Yeah.
How like it goes from nothing to 100 really quick.
Yeah.
And, like, he just keeps repeating himself.
Yeah, no, the expressions in these are, like, they crack me up.
And I think it helps that, like, I wasn't expecting them to say it. I assumed that because they were calling it the big sleep, they weren't going to say that they were killing them. So when he does just go, "He's dead!" Like, oh, shit.
It was the mention of the big sleep, but also just the expressions of Stimpy coughing up his fur ball. No, it was also the fucking when he got his kitty on a train. He just hugs it right into him. It's just like so disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There were definitely bits in these that grossed me out.
Yeah, I love the depictions of metaphors in the beginning when it's like hunger was biting and there's like the a visualization of hunger literally biting them. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was definitely, it's really creative. I like the bit where the van runs them over and then scoops them up.
Yeah, it's but like everything in the show is basically like fully formed in this. Like the humor, the music, the uncomfortable tone of it is like
the like
compared to
violent nature of it.
Yeah. Like compared to like even like the Rugrats one is close, but there is a difference. Like this one could just be an episode.
Yeah, like there's no plot that needs to be established.
Yeah,
we just saw this out right away.
Yeah, like the dynamic is basically like explained in like 3 sentences of like why they got together initially, and just because like they're both starving.
Yeah, they're strays.
Yeah,
stray animals.
Yeah, and like the emotional journey of just like they hate each other, but they need each other and they love each other at the same time.
Yeah, like it just have a satisfying ending of Ren getting adopted, but only going if Stimpy comes with him.
Yeah. No, it was like, I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
With his eyes. Whenever they play them, it always cracks me up. But that classic character dynamic of like dumb character and like very serious, angry character who like need each other but hate. Well, like one hates it, the younger character hates it, but like Stimpy just like loves Ren. Yeah. It's just like, I always find like endlessly amusing. I really like this short.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about it?
Let's go. Let me check my watch notes. Rip fell.
Rip fell?
He's the dog that died.
He did die. Oh yeah, wasn't there like a thing they were gonna do where he, you know when like in Freddy Got Fingered where the kid at the end is just like, I'm fine after he gets hit by a turbine? I think they were gonna do a similar thing where like the dog comes back being like, hey guys, I'm alive, I'm not dead.
That'd be funny if he did.
Yeah, in like a kind of cynical sort of response to how like the executives sort of react to something like that.
Yeah. Oh, also they play the I know it's royalty free, but they play the It's Always Sunny music.
Yeah, I did write that down as well. So that's always fun.
Yeah, I always like that popping up. That's like, it's almost like an auditory Easter egg.
Yeah. But I love the backgrounds in this. They like harken back to like the old Hanna-Barbera. So
they do. The style is immediately engaging.
Yeah. That's sort of like,
it's kind of dark.
It's like retro modernism.
Yeah, it is brutalist.
Yeah, well, no, it's not brutalist.
I don't know. I'm just thinking of the buildings.
You're just saying words.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Another line I wrote down is I can't remember what he has, but Stimpy says it. My first material possession.
Yeah, then he hugs him into
Yeah. He does it. Yeah.
Also, with the edited version, they feature the log advert.
Do they?
Yeah, know the one in the first episode. Yeah. There's a variation of it. There's a girl version where it has a wig.
That's really funny.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I guess they did that to fill up the remaining 2 minutes that they cut out. They
just have like little bits that they get intercut with.
Yeah, but yeah, so that premiered,
and then it was successful. So they got greenlit, and they made more episodes.
Generally how it goes.
Yeah. So episode 1. So this follows the same structure as many cartoons did at the time, where it was split. So it was like 2 segments in one episode, except these ones do tie in to each other. So it's not like Rugrats, where it was Tommy's first birthday, who was like 1 segment, 1 episode, just to establish
it's like 2 separate stories that are connected.
Yeah. So Stimpy's Big Day and The Big Shot. So again, directed by John Kay, story by John Kay and Vincent Waller. The production began October 1990, and it was mostly drawn by John Kay and Lynn Naylor, who had simplified the designs for Ren and Stimpy by this point from the pilot. Production was hindered by Naylor and Kay's breakup in March 1991.
Rough.
Yeah. And Naylor would actually return to Ren and Stimpy later, but not until after John left.
Oh, okay.
So,
Understandable.
yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're getting back then.
Yeah. Yeah, because, it's just as much as a creation of these other people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did you think of these two?
I thought I didn't realize they were gonna be, like one overarching story.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised it just ended in the way it did.
Yeah.
Where he was just like filming commercials, and I was just like, oh, maybe we'll cut back to the status quo then in the next episode. And then it didn't. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because I remember we messaged each other yesterday and was like, oh, are we doing the first segment or the first episode?
Mm.
And I said like, oh, well, might as well do the first episode.
Yeah.
Because my logic was when me and Garen did Creepshow, even though that was 2 segments, it was 1 episode.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that they were going to be connected. So, but I liked them. I think that I think I slightly preferred Big House Blues, just in terms of like, it made me laugh a bit more.
Okay.
That's all. But it's it had the theme.
Yeah.
With all footage from the pilot.
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
over, which was funny. It's kind of like almost a recap of
Yeah.
how they got here, even though that would make no sense for any like child watching day of airing.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's got that slide guitar crazy
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, and then, the log advert. It's just accurate to children. I said in the Rugrats episode about like,
Yeah, I was literally
toy.
thinking that when I was
Yeah.
like watching it. It's just like, yeah, the kids do want the log over actual toys.
Yeah.
They're kind of cooking there. I don't know why it's at the beginning. It
Yeah.
seems so disconnected. Maybe it's gonna be like a running gag through like the rest of the show, and they have like a different like fake outfit.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Actually, it's funny you say that. Someone on the Reddit post commented saying, "Is this real or fake?"
Oh yeah.
And I responded saying, like, "Do you mean the podcast? Because that's real. Or is this a reference I don't get yet?" And they just responded with yes.
Okay.
So it's my own fault for asking 2 yes or no questions.
Yeah, but
Maybe that's this. Maybe it's they have lots of fake adverts.
sure.
Probably not. But like,
Probably not. I think he was just trolling you.
Oh. Okay. I love the immediate meta-ness of it. Of just like cartoons will rot your brain.
Yeah, we didn't say this in the Rugrats episode, but the Rugrats was doing the same thing with their pilot, where like he was watching adverts on the telly, and it was like influencing him. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, it's just immediately going for like a meta commentary, just like, you're a fully grown cat watching cartoons. Look what it's doing to your brain.
Showing the tiny brain.
Yeah.
It's interesting because we talk a lot, especially with me being a teacher, in our personal time about like kids, and even recently, like our friends saying and like in our group chats about like, oh, kids these days and all that, and I feel like we try and defend that this is probably stuff that's always been said about every generation, and this kind of highlights it of like 30 years ago.
Yeah,
they were like, TV's melting your brain.
Yeah.
And I do think there's a difference. I think the main issue right now isn't like the content itself. It's more the instantaneous, constant stream of it.
Sure.
Kids' channels don't exist anymore. It's it's anything at any time, and a lot of the problem I think is just advertisements as well.
Yeah.
Kids are like, I genuinely think kids are kind of
I think
abused class in terms of how
I
much
think it's like quite
exploited.
interesting in this episode
Yeah.
that I know this is a thing within American TV where there's like way more ads like spread out.
Yeah.
So there's like literally like 5 minutes advert, 5 minutes advert, rather than over here where it's like it used to be like 10 minutes then adverts. It's like the same amount, but it's just like much more common.
Yeah.
But in this, it's like the cartoon starts, they play the intro, and then there's like straight away, there's just an advertisement which completely like takes over the entire story.
Yeah, it makes sense. It is like, it's very relevant.
But it characterizes like Stimpy as being like ambitious.
It does.
But like obviously like not the brightest.
I think it characterizes him as autistic immediately.
Do you think so?
He's sitting there looking at the TV and he's stimming his little heart out.
Yeah, he's like biting his arm.
Yeah, he's like flapping about,
It's quite interesting. I've seen this exact kind of joke in SpongeBob, so it's kind of
yeah. Actually, I can think of that being reused in like other shows.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how it plays out with then. I remember these like competitions
Mhm.
on TV and thinking like no one ever wins those.
Yeah.
And Ren obviously says that as well.
Yeah.
Just for, Stimpy to go on and actually win. It's a good
Yeah.
subversion.
Do you like the LSD joke?
Yeah, I remember. I kind of, I did notice it. I forgot about it. I
with the
didn't write it
stamps.
down. Yeah,
Yeah. No, they got a big chuckle out of me.
yeah. I was surprised how long they held on it.
Yeah.
It was quite a long bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. They share a bed.
They do share a bed because they are in fact gay.
They are gay. It's Ren and Stimpy. Meg's on the floor by us.
What the fuck are you doing? Just come in.
So I cleared the sofa for you. Yeah, Coco's not there anymore, so now you're just on the floor.
Okay, the one joke that genuinely got me to like actually burst out laughing is when is when the people who like giving them the prize money, they came over,
Yeah.
and Ren, he's like the first answer,
Yeah.
and then obviously it's just like, no, I'm Stimpy, and he starts eating the cat litter.
That disgusted me.
And that made me laugh so fucking hard.
I'm glad it
the
made you
mixture
laugh.
of the look on his face, the sound effect, everything going.
There's not many things that do gross me out.
Yeah.
Foods, like any food stuff is, I know it's not food, but like anything like that where someone eating something they should be disgusts me.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
I love the gross out humor.
It's
so
grim.
good.
I can't remember when this is said, but I wrote down the line, it's fresh, it's redundant.
Is that? Oh wait, he did the adverts in the second episode.
Yeah,
didn't he?
that must
I
be
don't know.
later. Yeah, must have been. But yeah, you get to see Hollywood.
You get
It's
to
for
see
that. How much money does he get? Like
47 million for winning a poetry contest.
Yeah, he's a cute
You
poem.
have $47 million. What else do you need?
Honestly, what else do you need?
Yeah, he gets to meet his star, the
fish.
fish.
And he's like,
I saw someone written down that he was supposed to have a cigar, but they cut that out.
I was going to say, I think it was kind of implied that he was clearly like,
Yeah, that's like a classic image
Yeah.
of like an older Hollywood person, specifically a fish for smoking.
yeah, this is your big break.
Yeah, but they couldn't do that.
No,
They can only have him being gay.
crawl myself out of the mud. What is he saying?
But yeah, then it ends with
Very abrupt.
yeah, a very weird gag where
They're
Ren
like,
is there.
Don't do anything weird.
Yeah,
Don't do
he's
anything weird, but like,
yeah, he's just like selling. He's doing a show where
Yeah.
he's showing cereal tips. Where he just opens the cereal box, empties it, takes the toy out, puts it back in, and sellotapes it, and that's the
See,
end.
I got mixed up. I thought the end was because obviously they're together in as one episode.
Yeah.
I thought the end was when the microphone goes in his nose.
No.
And that next bit is that
Yeah.
episode. I thought that was the start of the next
I love that gag
episode.
though, where the
Yeah, it
microphone
just
goes in his
goes
nose.
in his
It's just like, this is very important.
Yeah. No, it's
Did you
weird
see
regardless of
Did
like,
you see
placement.
the thing on the fan page where it's just like it was supposed to go in his mouth, but the Nickelodeon execs thought it looked like he was sucking a dick.
I didn't. Why are they like so homophobic
I know.
towards this cat?
I know. It's fine. Honestly, they're projecting a bit there.
Yeah, I think
But then again, knowing them, they probably did animate it like he was sucking a dick.
actually, yeah, knowing the people who made this, it's just locker room talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never seen Ren and Stimpy, have you?
I've never heard of it.
Haven't you?
Damn.
I gotta show you an episode. It is nuts.
Yeah. You're gonna enjoy listening to the first half of this podcast with the stuff we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. You missed the talk about the creator being a.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. So yeah, knowing him, he probably did animate it like he
Yeah,
was
he
sucking
probably
dick.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, next episode.
Yeah. Big shot. It just picks up where it
Like,
left off,
right
kinda.
away.
Yeah. It's just-
Ren's all alone. He's
Yeah.
very depressed.
we don't see their owner as the girl who like picked him up in these episodes, do we?
As far as I can tell, they never acknowledge that.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
They're just living in a camper van, and honestly, that's
Yeah.
kind of the dream. I'm kind of
Yeah.
jealous, if anything.
That's always been our goal, isn't it? That like, I'll have a house and you'll have a camper van in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, at this
Actually,
rate,
yeah, it's gonna be
we'll
the
both be
rever-
lucky to have a camper van.
No, it's
Oh,
going to be
it's
the reverse.
I'd live in a camper van.
In my garden.
Yeah.
Okay. It's going for a lot more emotional beats in this episode.
Yeah.
Do you because it's mainly just like a couple of gags of Stimpy just being in Hollywood, swimming in cat litter.
Yeah.
Doing the ad. Did you like the horse advert?
Yeah, Mr. Horse. Apparently, he's a recurring character.
Is he?
Yeah, because someone said I assume so. Someone said in the Reddit comments, it's the first introduction of Mr. Horse.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool.
We also got the.
I like the design.
The women thirsting over Stimpy.
Yeah, he's a big Hollywood mogul.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like indicating between that and Stimpy being quite depressed.
Yeah. Ren stuck at home. Stimpy's a real Timothy Chalamet of his era. I don't know. I just try to be relevant.
Ironically, that's gonna date this.
I'll censor the name and then it could be anyone.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm already censoring it already.
Or you
so
could
much.
like update it every 6 months to whoever the new It Boy is.
He's a real. I can't guess who the next It Boy is going to be.
Yeah,
That's the whole point. You never know.
you never know.
Yeah.
I really like the ending though, with the big
Yeah.
swelling music.
The
It comes out with a bindle.
I thought it was very cute.
Yeah.
Honestly, just think about like how the animators depict like crying and sad like emotions.
Yeah, because it was like a thing where they didn't want to use like the same expression twice, and that they would often, even if like it was good, they were just like, "Oh, you've already done this," and they wanted to redo this. And you could see this with like, and you could tell they look different in like every single frame. There's like no model to base it on.
No, there's no like loop or obvious pattern.
Yeah,
It's just it's really creative. I think that especially thinking of how I think in the documentary they said about how they depict sort of men holding their emotions in and then bursting.
yeah.
I think I could
Because
see
he like
that.
based it on, because that's where like the influence of like the old Hollywood stuff, where it's just like, which is funny because you hear like a lot of like guys these days saying we need to return to that. So it's funny like him speaking about it, where he's just like, oh, I like to base it on this caricature of men where they're holding their emotion back because they're gonna blow at any second.
Yeah.
And I think that is quite true. Where they're like, there's like a very visible undercurrent of just like overwhelming emotion that they have to hold back this entire time. It's just like a kettle boiling.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I think any man who's like, we need to get back to that, it's just like, I mean, they're just fucking stupid, aren't they? They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They're just like, they've seen like pictures of men in suits. They've watched Peaky Blinders and
but in regards to the emotional elements, it was like John Kay wanted to do like the really like just do it for the entertainment stuff and like just like keep pushing it. And it was his what was his girlfriend's name at the time?
Lynn Naylor.
Yeah, she was the one that was like pushing for a lot of like the more emotional, like to give it like a genuine heart. And I'm not saying. And I don't think it's like sloppy in any regard. It's very clear that these extreme emotional beats are still done for comedy, but in the way they still are kind of sincere. Like that they still do like each other, even though he obviously strangles him because he got rid of 47 million. He gave it away.
He's a real Donna Noble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you need the emotional beats, even if it is silly.
Yeah.
To make this work.
And honestly, like I think that's what a lot of like the cartoons that are like influenced by this do kind of like. They do just sort of rely on the cynical for a joke.
Yeah, and you know, it's not. I'm not saying like the emotional beats carry the show, but it's genuinely a matter of like you've got to have something.
Yeah, you need
to latch
something.
onto. It can't just be bits.
Yeah.
Like you can have bits within the emotional beats.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to switch it up. Otherwise, it's just like it'll just all blend into one.
Yeah, exactly.
And there'll be like no payoff.
Yeah.
And like you don't really need a plot. You could just have like a bit oriented show, but still kind of got to be some form of setup and payoff.
Mm-hmm.
And then they do the meta ending.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like
come back next week.
It's over.
It's over.
What do you mean? Come back next week for more episodes, yeah.
And they had to repeat the episode because they didn't finish the episode 2 in time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, were they airing multiple episodes at the time?
No, they that's the thing, they were behind schedule.
Oh,
you know that reason
so
they
even
fired them?
next week, yes,
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like they were planning on releasing two. Wow, so they were immediately behind.
Yeah.
Damn. They didn't even pull a Doctor Who where they like aired both episodes back to back.
No. They had to
following
re-air the first episode, so
Damn.
yeah.
Well,
And the
that's
advertisers were pissed.
Yeah, not surprised. That's not a great start, to be fair.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on those three.
Yeah.
I would.
Talk about the Reddit's thoughts.
Yeah, go for it.
But yeah, people seem generally quite positive on
Mhm.
these, especially Picast Blues. Funny
Yeah.
enough. People say like absolute cinema, quoting like The Big Sleep,
Yeah.
saying it's a great start to the show. One person said, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. It's the Bart the genius of Ren and Stimpy. It's an okay start.
And that it was like it's still like in its early stages.
I see. Okay, because I don't really remember Bart the genius. Too much Ren with toenails. I do find it's not.
Have you ever seen the tooth episode?
No.
Where he's like yanking his nerve endings. It's like a very infamous
I think
episode.
I've heard of that, but I've never seen it.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Show you the heights that this will come to.
Oh, that's vile. Oh, it's horrible.
Just imagining with the music, man.
Yeah. Oh, gross show. I wouldn't have greenlit this. I'd have been like, you need something more good-faithed.
More Jesus.
More Jesus. They edited Jesus out of this.
That's
Not
true.
Jesus himself, but like religion. It's because they were like, God won't touch this.
Like fucking Marge in that one episode. Where she neuters Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, I remember that.
And love and share. And love and share. Love, share. That's what you do.
That's what all kids' programs should be. But yeah, so this show, it went on to have 5 seasons and only 52 episodes, which, considering the impact, you'd think it would have more.
Yeah, season 1 only had 6 episodes.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. We already mentioned the animation switching to Nick's Games animation. Simpsons guy Matt Green and Groening praised the show's outrageousness.
Yes.
So last week we had Steven Spielberg. This week we've got Matt Groening.
There we go.
Next week we have like another guy.
Then next week we have Jeffrey Epstein.
Oof.
Oof.
Wouldn't surprise me if John Kay was in the Epstein files. I can.
It's our podcast. We could say what we want.
Yeah. He's a confirmed. What's he going to do? This was, for the first season, it was the most watched Nickelodeon show. And, I mean, for a time, it was the most popular cable cartoon.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Mike Judge says Ren and Stimpy reruns on MTV is what led to the Beavis and Butthead getting greenlit.
I cannot wait to do the Beavis and Butthead segment. Let me do Daria.
Yes. That's something I've only recently formed quite an attachment to. But we watched
Go to America.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, no, I do love Beavis and Butthead.
No, it's so good, isn't it?
Yeah. So there's the Spike TV spin-off in 2003. And there was a Comedy Central reboot in 2020, which was apparently fully done and has been quietly shelved. Apparently some of it did air in France.
Really?
And there might be leaks of it online.
Was it like panned or anything?
I don't know, but it was just like, I saw Reddit posts about it. It's like, when is this coming out? People saying like, well, at this point, it's probably not.
I honestly, I wouldn't even try. Seems like catching lightning in a bottle twice.
Yeah. It's so of its time.
Yeah, definitely. Like, the audience is different. Like, it just wouldn't work anymore.
You'd either have to commit to making like Spike TV did, where it was like more adult. I think you'd
even that was a massive failure. Nobody liked that.
There's like you'd have to try that again. I don't think you could ever try and do the original show again.
Yeah. Also, I think just like animating it digitally just wouldn't look the same.
No,
it needs that hand-painted cell look.
It does. It's got a very specific style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you gonna watch more of this?
Yeah, I am.
That's fair.
This is just like, I hate to say this is just my sense of humor. I really liked it. Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm probably only gonna watch like the what the fuck is the company called again? I've already forgotten. Spunko. I'm gonna watch the Spunko era at least, so that's only like a season and a half. So that's not that much.
No, it's not.
And if I'm like really inclined to, I might read the book which I forgot to mention on here, which is about the full history. It's called Sick Little Monkeys. I might read that. It's an unauthorized, so I'm guessing it's going to go into more detail about the behind the scenes. Because honestly, seeing like the information around like the production, I'm quite interested in that, so I might go to that.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I'm really happy we visited this.
Yeah.
It was nice to do one I didn't know anything about, and then to do one with such in-depth research. I mean, like I said at the start of this, I generally don't think there's... I think out of the things that we have covered, not just Nickelodeon, I mean everything,
Yeah.
this is like one of the most wide-reaching ones.
Yeah.
Even just in terms of like finding a connection between this and Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
And just being like, oh, this really had influences.
Yeah. But no, I definitely want to continue. Because, like, we were having this conversation yesterday, but I do have, like, this just, like, I do love, like, all the influences of this I love. So seeing it come together like this and like, it's influenced stuff I loved as well. So it's kind of just, like, an epicenter and for me. Are you going to carry on? Would you agree, Lighter?
Yeah, I would. I mean, I'm glad it exists, but yeah, it's not really for me.
Does the history taint it too much for you?
I mean, that absolutely.
Yeah. If none of that was there, if you were going into this blind, do you think you would have carried on, or do you...
No, to be fair, it's like it taints it in the sense of like just knowing it isn't great, but like
Yeah.
it wouldn't affect my viewing experience because it's not like a J.K. Rowling where it's like this person's actively doing harm
That's
now,
true.
where it's like, you know, they're pretty separate. Nick owns the rights to
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Like it's their thing. So, you know, I wouldn't be worried about that or anything. It's more just in the sense of I got to be in the right mood for it, and you know, maybe one day I could see myself watching a couple of like the best episodes. But I have no attachment to this in terms of like the
There were two episodes that they mentioned in the documentary that I wanted to see. It's the one where they're in space,
Yeah,
and the other where they where happy joy that episode.
yeah,
I want to see that one. So I'm pretty sure that's in season 1. So that shouldn't take long.
yeah.
But yeah. Any other thoughts? Because like we got an audience now, so we got to wrap up soon.
We got 3 people. No, 3. Yeah, well, 3 people including Coco.
Oh.
All past guests.
What do you think of Ren and Stimpy?
I like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, even with the allegation.
With caveats.
Yeah.
With caveats.
And Meg, what do you think now that you've sat there doing research on your phone?
It's probably not for me.
I could not agree more.
Oh yeah. Is that because he's a or separate from that?
I don't know.
No, I don't think.
That's all I know.
I think you'd hate this show.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you
By
would.
the look of what I've seen already, I think I'm not like
Yeah. And Coco?
Awesome.
Fucking silent when I want him to make noise.
Mm.
And then, you know.
Awesome.
Next week we're talking about another guy, another vain dude.
Another piece of shit.
Yeah. Less so, not a nonce.
Not
as
a
far
nonce,
as I know.
you know.
Yeah, Butch Hartman.
Honestly, Butch Hartman, he's getting the good treatment by being
Yeah,
right after
well, I searched like Butch. We're doing Fairly Odd Parents. I searched Butch Hartman controversies. I was reading through it, and I was part of me was genuinely like, "Is that it?"
It's not that bad.
It's like he's done some pretty abhorrent shit, but he's not.
Is that the basis
I mean,
for what it is to be a good person now?
The bar's low.
Yeah.
I would say.
Doing research on all these shows is just warped up perception. What is good and evil?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you want to know about what Butch Hartman did and the Fairly Odd Parents, you have to tune in next week.
What's up with all these creators of kids shows?
These people just like have no control in their lives, I feel, and then they get this job where they're able to like a high job in a very specific field. They go crazy with power, and then they just become monsters.
It's like Minecraft YouTubers.
Yeah,
Unironically,
I get it.
they have power in a very, very specific way.
yeah.
And there's not many people they can exploit. So they exploit minors instead.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I say John K's more talented than the average Minecraft YouTuber.
I'd agree with that.
But it doesn't make it better that he's a nonce. I think it makes it worse.
Yeah, because think of the things he could do if he wasn't a nonce.
Yeah. Bye.